skills are banned from football. Now, could you imagine a football world devoid of these dazzling footwork displays and mesmerizing tricks? Sounds pretty dull, right? Of course it does. For many of us, it was the enchanting spectacle of Ronaldinho, leaving defenders in disarray with his spellbinding skills that made us fall head over heels for football. Now, while classic moves like elastico and stepovers are here to stay, brace yourselves as we unveil 8 extraordinary tricks that football has banished to the history books forever. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and let us get straight into it. Come on, confess. Remember those good old days playing street football with your friends when you sneakily tucked the ball under your shirt and sprinted towards the goal? We've all pulled that stunt, only to have our mates outright reject the goal. Party poopers, right? Imagine Lionel Messi, instead of his trademark slide dribbling, suddenly scoops the ball into his shirt and dashes about. The game would turn into a bizarre spectacle, more like a game of quirky American football. So why the ban hammer? Apart from the obvious, it's a colossal advantage and wreaks total havoc on the field. It's often seen as an extension of the arm, so doing this trick is a big no-no, and it's automatically flagged as a handball. Plus, let's not forget, it's kind of disrespectful to perform during a game. But here's the kicker, players still do it, not for any sneaky advantage, but for the sweetest reason, to dedicate a goal to their newborn. Now, who could possibly ban such an adorable celebration? Next up, the knee lock escapade. It's akin to the shirt catch, but trickier. Chances are, not many pulled this off in their backyard matches. I certainly couldn't. Picture this, a player wedges the ball between their knees and zigzags past opponents. It's a bit of an odd sight, but mastering this could leave opposition in the dust. But imagine attempting this stunt in front of someone like the fiery Roy Keane. Yikes, he'd likely see red, quite literally. Not just an unfair move, it's also seen as rather cheeky, a bit disrespectful to the spirit of the game. That's why this trick got the red card from football. Try it and you're likely to earn a card quicker than you can say knee lock. Okay, so the previous tricks, sure, we get why they were shown the red card, but this next one, oh boy, it's a head scratcher. Let's time travel back to the 1970s, to a Coventry City match that witnessed a free kick so mesmerizing it could have been a work of art. Have you ever watched beach soccer? You know, how players launch the game with one lifting the ball for another to pass or shoot. Willie Carr and Ernie Hunt did just that, but added their own flair, the donkey technique. They used it to set up a spectacular goal, but the joy was short-lived. The rule makers called it quits on this technique faster than you can say goal. Their reason? Apparently, it didn't play nice with the spirit of the game and wasn't in line with sportsmanship. But between you and me, doesn't this seem a tad unfair? We're missing out on some potentially fantastic goals here. What's your take? Do you think this ban was a buzzkill? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's stir up some football nostalgia and debate. The game's rules are contentiously evolving with the goal to put players' safety, especially regarding head injuries, at the forefront. And so, much like a high boot, the low header is now frowned upon. But what is a low header? It's when the player goes full superhero, diving to the ground and heading the ball. Sounds wild and brave, right? Take Phil Jones' memorable moment against Olivier Giroud. Yes, it showed his willingness to do anything for the team, but let's face it, it's a risky business. Imagine if Giroud's boot met Jones's head instead of the ball. Ouch. It's not just about the player doing the header, it's about keeping everyone on the pitch safe. The Dutch FA even spotlighted the low header as a no-no, citing player safety. So if you see a low header in action, expect the referee to blow for an indirect free kick, or even a direct one if there's contact. Ironically, Man City's Aki pulled off this risky move this season. Talk about living on the edge, but is the risk worth the thrill? Have you ever heard of the seal dribble? It's like watching a footballer turn into a playful seal, but on the pitch. This quirky dribbling style, made famous by the Brazilian maestro Curlon, involves flicking the ball onto one's head and running past opponents, all while keeping the ball bouncing up there. This spectacle, whilst entertaining, often spelled trouble for Curlon. Picture defenders trying everything from elbows to headbutts to stop him. Talk about a rough game. One notable clash even led to a hefty ban for Atletico Mineiro's Coelho, initially set at 120 days. However, this trick's risk factor led to a rule change. Now, players trying the seal dribble and risking injury could be penalised. It's all about keeping the game safe and respectful. Interestingly, others like Marco Nappi have tried this, notably in the UEFA Cup semi-final. But the question remains, is it skillful innovation or an unsafe show-off? What's your verdict? Just like the seal dribble, enter the next stall, football's balancing act. This trick is about running with the ball perched on your neck. Sure, it's a crowd pleaser during the warm-ups or player unveilings, but in live games, not so much. The rules don't explicitly mention the neck stall, leaving it up to the ref's judgment. If they find it unsporting or against the game's spirit, out comes the whistle. The key concern, player safety and keeping the game's natural flow. So while you may catch this flashy move off the pitch, don't expect to see it much during the game. It's about preserving football's integrity and flow, where safety and sportsmanship take centre stage over showmanship. Wrapping up our list are two recent trick bans. Let's start with the one Neymar used to send goalkeepers for a hot dog during penalties. Neymar, during his spell at Santos, developed a novel penalty technique that left goalkeepers baffled and often embarrassingly on the wrong foot. His approach, a cunning pause just before striking the ball. This hesitation triggered goalkeepers to commit early, allowing Neymar to casually slot the ball into the net's other side. This trick wasn't his go-to for every penalty, but it was successfully executed at least 5 times, contributing to his impressive tally of 11 goals from 14 penalties at Santos using this method. FIFA, however, wasn't as entertained. In 2010, they revised their rules, categorising this deceptive pause as unsporting behaviour, deserving of a yellow card. The rationale behind this ban was to uphold sportsmanship and the game's integrity. Despite this, Neymar's penalty record remains enviable, a testament to his skill and adaptability. His ability to consistently outsmart goalkeepers, even without his signature feint, showcases exceptional talent and understanding of the game's psychology. This ban, whilst controversial to some, reflects FIFA's ongoing efforts to balance creativity with fairness in the beautiful game. Now we'll finish our video with a trick that was banned after the 2022 World Cup final. This was shown a red card because of the madman that is Emilio Martinez. And no, it had nothing to do with his Golden Glove celebration. See, during the World Cup final and even the semi-final against the Netherlands, tensions were understandably high. And then there's Martinez, turning penalty shootouts into a psychological circus. His antics, anything from a cheeky ball toss to some distracting dance moves, and even a forbidding caress of the goalposts. He was spamming these taunts like a 10-year-old spamming a glitch on FIFA. Enter the IFAB, football's rule-making knights in shining armour. They've had enough of these goalkeeper shenanigans. New rules on the block, no more taunting, no more delaying, and hands off those goalposts. It's all about keeping the game clean, respectful and fair. Martinez's mind games might have been crafty, but they nudged the rulebook into a new era. Now, during those nail-biting penalty kicks, it's just the shooter, the keeper and the goal. No tricks, no theatrics. And that's a wrap on the wild world of football's banned tricks. What do you think? Was Martinez a genius or a menace? Should the seal dribble make a comeback? Should we all protest and bring the donkey kick back? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more football fun, facts and follies.